YouTube, and welcome to another exciting episode of Slotted In There. It's the final episode of this season. We're at the end of season 3 already, episode 8. It's going to be great. Ain't it going to be good? Ain't it going to be good? But let's get straight into it. And here's Tim, Sean, and Damien.
Hello.
How are we all this week, gentlemen? Are we excited to do the final episode of the season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just,
I think, like our audience, we're probably just glad it's over now.
I mean, is that bad? Been that traumatic? But we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
It's been a journey.
It's been an emotional one. Roller coaster of emotions, as always. But we'll get into it now. Right. Wrth Becking gan Eli efo jocs bob wythnos, mediliais oedd byddwn y gwneud yn Cymraeg, then nad ydynt yn gael ei gwybod beth oedd hitan fo sio wedi feddalu.
Is Chris having a stroke?
Felly, yn sawl yn y ffwynoff yn hoffi o Microsoft Office, mae nhw'n ddefeinio mae gen I awr.
That was quite funny.
Dewch I fynd ymlaen gyda sioe. Okay, so it's that part of the show where we look at the games we played this week, or sometime around this time anyway. Gentlemen, who wants to go first?
Tim,
you like to go first, don't you? Just hog it all, but go on then.
Love going first. It's my favourite thing in the world. Well, this week I've been somewhat Superfly, playing Superflight. Sometimes simple is good, and Superflight is about as simple as they come. You use the quadrant method of flying, left to go left, right to go right, away from you to go down, and pull it back until it hurts to go up. This game will run on a medium to low end potato, taking up only 200 megabytes of space. The developers don't think you'll need a sound card, but if you want, you can stick a fan in front of your face to simulate the wind sounds. Your goal in this game is to get the high score. You earn points with proximity to the terrain you are trying to avoid. Ultimately, you will fail and you will crash, but there's no particular penalty for this in the game. You don't lose anything as a result. You just get reset back to the beginning and fly again. The game has a second mode called Zen Mode. Zen Mode is identical to the regular gameplay, except now you just don't get a score. Some people may prefer this because you don't have to worry about popping points all over the place. You can simply kick back, relax, and enjoy smashing yourself into the side of a mountain. After you feel like you've sufficiently smashed yourself into a mountain, you can in fact smash yourself into a portal to open up a new map. The steeper your descent, the higher your speed. You can trade in that speed for altitude should you need to get over some of the terrain. But be wary, that speed bleeds off very quickly and can have dire consequences. This game does require a controller to play, but because of the simplicity of its control system, basically everything you need is on your left thumbstick. You can press A at any time, just to reset yourself to the beginning. Now let's see if we can find one of them portals. There we go, now we're in an entirely new procedurally generated world. Blah! If you descend to the base of the map, there isn't actually any floor down there. It just becomes misty, and then eventually it'll flat out reset you back to the beginning. But again, no real consequences. So there you have it, folks. A nice, light, easy breezy game that you can play all Sunday afternoon. No consequences, no worries. The only thing I can suggest is put on whatever kicking soundtrack you really want to listen to in the background. And when you inevitably collide with the terrain, simply exhale gently and press play again. So there you go, gents. A nice relaxing Sunday afternoon game. Just throw yourself down a mountain. How do you feel about that?
yes.
Yeah.
A little enthusiasm, boys. Come on.
I mean, it was a bit, you know, I don't know. Didn't really do it for me. I don't think I'd want to waste my time playing that game personally. But that's just me, and that's why I'm out.
You never played Pilot Wings back in the day?
No, Pilot Wings is different. Pilot Wings is good, and it has a purpose to it because
Whoa,
you're
whoa, whoa.
supposed to land on stuff. Whereas that one, you're just flying around and bashing into stuff.
No, you're not supposed to bash into the stuff. You're supposed to avoid the stuff. I just kept bashing into the stuff.
I think
Yeah.
you'll find you're supposed to fly as close to stuff as possible to get more points. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Fine, you hate it. Fine, move on. Somebody else then.
Excuse me, hang on. I need to
Whoa.
step in here.
Oh, you got to correct them.
I am indeed, because I really like the look of that. It looked like one of those games, as she was describing. It's just basically Sunday afternoon, just chill. There's none of that competitiveness. It's just you flying about, going through the little openings through the caverns and through the different scenarios and landscapes and things like that. And it looked really interesting to me. It, as you described it, it's just like one of those Zen kind of experiences where you just like, you're there.
Can I just
you're
interrupt
on.
you, Sean? You're wrong. So let's move on.
No. So what I was going to say is, for
Hey, Damien.
relaxation and one of those experiences, it doesn't have to be that you have the highest score or, you know, or the competitiveness of all that kind of like gaming or anything like that. It's just a nice experience. And Tim, I'm with you on this one.
An exercise and meditation. There you go.
You know what would make that better and actually playable?
Guns.
VR.
Yeah, to be fair,
with
that
guns.
would be, well, I don't know about the guns, but yeah, VR version of that would be like proper base jumping, wouldn't it? Just like
Well,
shoom.
to be fair, what I would really like to see is like a multiplayer version of that, especially where you can collide with each other. That would be pretty cool, actually. But I doubt we'll ever see it, so it is what
But
it is.
for what, yeah, exactly. For what it is, it's really good.
You're right.
Right. Who's next?
Such a
I'll
putty
go next.
Go on, Damien.
Sadly, life's took a bit of a thing this week, but here's my contribution. Adulting isn't fun and doesn't leave you much time to game. So this week, between grown-up life duties, I played this. Choplifter 3 takes the classic hostage rescue formula and elevates it with intense side-scrolling action and tactical flying mechanics. As the pilot of a rescue helicopter, you're tasked with navigating treacherous terrain, dodging enemy fire, and saving civilians, all while managing limited space for evacuees. The game's 4 distinct chapters spanning jungle, desert, sea, and city environments keep the gameplay fresh, introducing new hazards and mini-boss encounters that demand skill and strategy. Precision flying is crucial, as reckless movements can lead to mission failure. Armed with machine guns and missiles, you'll need to balance combat with careful landings to ensure hostages make it home safely. With its responsive controls, challenging level design, and strategic power-ups, Choplifter 3 offers a rewarding experience for fans of shoot-'em-ups and rescue-themed gameplay. Though its difficulty ramps up quickly, mastering its mechanics provides a deeply satisfying challenge. If you enjoy challenging arcade-style action with a tactical edge, this is definitely worth a playthrough. So there you go, boys. Choplifter 3 on the Super Nintendo. Brilliant side-scroller shooter. Amazing. Retro's finest.
Now, Tim, this is a game. Okay, just take note. This is a game. All right. Not just flying. If you want flying, this is a game. It's good flying.
I've played games where I can fly, and proper games. You know, I've done like Arma 3 and GTA 5. You can fly in those. They're proper games.
No,
But
this
it's
is
not
a
always
game.
about the proper game. Sometimes it's about some weird thing that you found on the SNES.
No,
and
it's not a
weirdly-
weird thing.
No,
Go
no,
on
no,
then.
no. But weirdly, when I looked in the spreadsheet, right, and we're not talking about my golf spreadsheet here. When I looked in our channel spreadsheet and I saw Choplifter 3, I was like, what on earth is that? And then I watched the video, and I remember playing this. I didn't know that I'd played it. As soon as I saw that helicopter take off and started to tilt, I was like, I know this game. I can't remember when I played it. I mean, obviously, you know, SNES era. It's such a long time ago now. But I was like, oh my god, like memories flooding back. You know how they say the olfactory sense is like the one that usually triggers memories. For me, no, it was that game right there. Then I was just like, wow, yes, I remember that. In fact, I might have to get it.
Yeah, well, I've not played 3, but I played Choplifter on the Master System, and I wasn't very good at it then, and it was quite hard, and it was really annoying to land the helicopter. So I had a bit of flashbacks of that, obviously seeing the more modern version on the SNES, Choplifter 3. But yeah, I remember it's a good game. You know, I'm rubbish at it. I know it would be, but it was a good game, and it was a game.
I remember this back from the sort of like early to mid 80s when Choplifter, pretty sure it was around about that time the original Choplifter came out. I remember playing it on the C64 back in the day, but the game I remember mostly was a derivative of this called, I think it was called Apocalypse, and it was on the Commodore Amiga, and it was basically like Choplifter on steroids at the time, and I played that to death. So when I watched your video, Damien, that brought so many memories back. I didn't actually play that on the SNES or whatever console it was on. I think it was the SNES, you said, because I didn't have one. But my last impression of that was a game called Apocalypse on the Commodore Amiga, and it was epic. If you get a chance to go either play it or go watch some YouTube videos on it, go watch it because it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'm down with this one.
Right then, Sean, do you want to go next or me?
I'll go next. So this week, finally, I've been playing a bit of Doom, The Dark Ages. What can be said about Doom that hasn't been said a million times before? Doom was the game that caused me to buy my first PC back in 1993, and I haven't looked back since. Doom: The Dark Ages throws you headfirst into a medieval nightmare where the Doomslayer trades his futuristic arsenal for brutal, bone-crushing weapons. This isn't just another Doom game, it's a reimagining. A return to the roots of the FPS carnage with a fresh coat of medieval madness. Movement in the game is heavier, the combat more deliberate. Gone are the frantic air dashes of Doom Eternal. Instead, you wield a shield saw hybrid that lets you charge through enemies like a battering ram. Parrying is now a core mechanic, rewarding precise timing with devastating counterattacks. And let's talk about the weapons, because Doom wouldn't be Doom without an arsenal that makes you feel like a walking apocalypse. The Skull Crusher fires bone shards in wide arcs, while the Nailgun pays homage to Quake, delivering relentless, satisfying destruction. The world of the Dark Ages is a twisted fusion of medieval fantasy and sci-fi horror. Towering castles, hellish landscapes, and cybernetic dragons create a setting that feel both ancient and futuristic. The game's sandbox-style levels encourage exploration, rewarding players with secrets, upgrades, and gold to buy buffs. And then there's the kaiju battles. Yes, you pilot a mech. Yes, you punch skyscraper-sized demons in the face, and yes, it's as ridiculous and glorious as it sounds. If that wasn't enough, you also get to ride a cybernetic dragon, blasting down hell ships mid-flight. It's Doom at its most absurd, and it works. Doom: The Dark Ages is a bold shift for the franchise. It trades speed for weight, chaos for strategy, and sci-fi for medieval brutality. Some fans might miss the breakneck pacing of Doom Eternal, but if you embrace the slower, more methodical combat, you'll find a game that's just as exhilarating, just in a different way. It's a love letter to the classic Doom, wrapped in a heavy metal fever dream. And honestly, that's exactly what I wanted. So, I mean, it's Doom. It's the latest Doom. I've been waiting for it for I can't think how long. It's finally out. It's finally released in the wild. It's supposed to be an homage to the original Doom, so you've got hordes of enemies coming at you in big open spaces, and it's you, your guns, and your wits against the hordes from hell. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm absolutely loving this game. I've not finished it. Like I say, as of the time of recording, it was released last Thursday, and with real life and shenanigans and things like that, I've only had a few hours playing at it. But what I am seeing is a really, really good version of Doom. It's back to the original version, but it's got its own twist on it. It's very up close and personal. You've got your shield, you've got your in the face combat moves against the enemies, and it's all about you against hell this close. It's brilliant. Have you guys had a chance to have a look at it, or what do you think?
Seen it. I haven't played it. It's on the download. I'm waiting to get into that when the weekend comes. But it looks bloody marvelous.
Yeah.
It looks far too violent for me, far too aggressive. I could handle the 16-bit original, but that's it. So I won't be playing it, but I can watch you play it maybe. That's fine, but that's it. Yeah.
I probably won't play it because I don't have the same love affair with Doom that perhaps Sean does. I'm not entirely sure anybody has the same love affair with Doom that Sean does. But I do like the style. I mean, the original was so great. I mean, groundbreaking, literally in its time. So this new iteration, I mean, looks amazing. There's no doubt about it. The gore, guts, and all the rest of it, the mess and the carnage is unparalleled. But yeah, I just probably won't get around to playing it.
Yeah, just from my point of view, it's like I said, it's single player, story driven, so it ticks my boxes. It's Doom, which is the game that turned me onto PC gaming, from coming from a Commodore Amiga back in the day. So it holds I've got a lot of memories and a lot of respect and love for this game. And this so far is giving me those same kind of vibes from back then. So kudos to the developers. Keep doing what you're doing.
Good stuff, good stuff. And then it's my game. And this week I've been playing with a little pussy. So Stray, as soon as I saw this game when it was first brought out, a trailer for it, I thought this is really cool. It's right up my street. It seems a very different take on a little platform, how you do it. Basically, you're a cat and you hang out with your little cat buddies and you're having a nice sort of life and everything, and then one day you go off exploring with your cat buddies and you sort of end up falling down a hole into a ditch, so you separate from them. And then you're in this dark sort of underworld place, and you're a cat, you're not really knowing what's going on. And it's just a story of you travelling through there, and you find some different robots down there. There's sort of a group of robots that live there, totally different civilization you weren't aware of. And through them, you sort of find out the tales of what happened here. Why is there a whole place of robots? Where are all the humans, etc., those sort of things. It's quite dynamic because obviously a little cat can go off and do little puzzles, but also you get power-ups as you go along as well to help people. It's quite nice just going around doing some puzzles, talking to different robot people as you go along. It's quite relaxing in that sense. But then you do have some really tense bits because there's these little creatures down there that everybody's scared of, robots, because they just eat everything. And again, it's one of them you have to find out what they exist for and why they're there and everything. But obviously they can actually literally jump on you and eat you and kill you. And that's the major threat in this game. But it can be quite tense because you go in certain areas and they just run at you really quickly, and you've got to rush around really quick and jump about and hide. And it's, I suppose it's a juxtaposition that 1 minute you could just be like strolling around, having a little, kip on a little blanket in a place, someone stroking you, having a nice time, and the next sort of area you go into and you've got these little killer things trying to literally eat you and kill you. And yeah, so it was a bit of a juxtaposition there, but it was a really good game. I really liked it. I really liked finding out about the story, what was going on. It's not too long. It's probably about 5 or 6 hours to complete, so you can do it in a couple of sittings or one sitting if you have the time. And yeah, I really enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed the way it went and its overall conclusion. Does the cat get back to his buddies? You'll have to wait and find out, isn't it? What's going on down there? Play the game, find out. That's what I'm saying. But it's now available. It was on PS5 originally, but it's now available on Xbox as well. I'm pretty sure it's on PC. So it's one of them you can pick up and have a little play. So, gentlemen, what do you think of my little furry friend then?
Well, to be fair, I got my wife a PS5 for Christmas a couple of Christmases ago, and this was one of the initial games I got for her. I've watched her play it. I've not played it myself, but she had a ball playing this game. Absolutely loved it. And to be fair, just even sat there passively just watching it. I was watching her doing it and getting through the puzzles and the levels, and listening to the story and the interaction with the robots and finding as the story progresses. So yeah, really cool game.
I was going to say, Sean, I'm glad your wife enjoyed playing Stray, because otherwise you basically bought yourself a PS5 for Christmas.
And nobody does that.
You get in trouble for that. But at least you appreciate it.
I've not touched the PS5. I've not played on it. Being honest.
What's wrong with the PS5? I got a PS5.
How many times do I have to tell you guys I'm not a console gamer?
All right. Why are we slagging off PS5?
I'm not slagging PS5 off.
PS5 has no game.
It is what it is. She really enjoys it. She's currently enjoying Harry Potter, and it'll probably take her about 3 years to complete. Actually, no, that was something else.
I think it's Sean's turn to have a stroke.
So it's time for What the Tech, where we show you some lovely technology that's from the past, present, or future that you need in your life. Gentlemen, are you ready for the final What the Tech of the season?
Never. I mean, yes.
I guess.
Yeah, go on then. Why not? Okay, let's show you what it is. And here's this week, What's the Tech? What do you think, gentlemen?
It's a cushion. Can we move on?
It's not. It's those super tight pants women wear to the gym, isn't it?
Great bit of technology. What can I say? Could be.
When they're rubbed together, it sounds like a steam train.
You don't want to hear tooting.
No. Any other suggestions before I bring up the answers or possible answers?
It definitely looks kind of like it's some kind of material covering it, but
it's turning to Madonna. He's a material girl.
He is. Right, come on. Let's give you some suggestions. Is it A, portable roast chicken cover to keep your roast chicken warm in style?
That's what Damien said.
Is it B, a portable napping pillow you can use anywhere? Or is it C, an inflatable jumper with the latest insulating technology?
It's going to be something like C, isn't it? It makes sense for that to be a thing.
An inflatable jumper?
Why not?
I mean, it does look like it may have been inflated, but you will look like a moron wearing an inflatable jumper.
But would you? Because you look cool with all the latest tech, Tim. You're not thinking about it, right, are you?
With regards to B, aren't all pillows portable? You can use anywhere.
And you can get those ones on the airplane that sort of wrap around your neck anyway.
Yeah.
How many times, gentlemen, I'm speaking to Tim and Damien in this instance, have you had an occasion to move a roast chicken from one place to another, keeping it warm?
In style.
But only so far as from the kitchen. Only so far as from the kitchen to the dining room. It doesn't tend to cool off in the 10 feet.
I would say that's an extremely niche market.
But, what if you cook that chicken and people are late to the party and you're like, got to keep it warm in style? Or like, say, I've cooked this lovely chicken, I'm going to take over to our neighbours or our friends. Let's take it.
Just leave it.
Style, keep it in warm.
Why would you put it in a vest?
And call it Kevin.
Why are you trying to sell us on this idea so hard, Chris? Have you been making these by any chance?
This
Links
is a startup. Yeah.
You're going to make millions of points.
Here we go.
Right. So what are we going to go for then, gentlemen?
I'm going with C.
Okay.
I'm going with C.
You're going with C. What's Tim going with?
For the sake of there being a bit of difference, I'm going with B.
It's going B. Fair enough then. And the answer is, gentlemen, it is B. It's a portable napping pillow you can use anywhere.
In your stupid faces.
Yeah. See, look at that. You can take it in the office, have a little kip.
Isn't it called the ostrich? Something?
It's called the ostrich. Tim knows. He's already got one.
I know.
He loves it.
No, I know what it is.
He knows what it is. It's an ostrich, yeah. And you just keep comfy. You can sleep anywhere, like most pillows now. But this was very popular. It's quite old now. I think they've updated it now. So the ostrich is literally just like a neck pillow. So clearly that maybe there was a fault with this design. People didn't like it so much, but
like people suffocating in their sleep.
Well, no, you've got a big hole to put your nose through, haven't you, to breathe, mouth?
Yeah, that's all right. You got your head lying down on the table and you shift your head to one side and the thing doesn't turn properly. And you just asphyxiate in that thing.
Why does the guy in the top right look about as if he's about to say it's a trap?
True.
But I think the ostrich thing is a trap.
People.
It's a trap. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. It's not very exciting. It's just a head pillow, but that like say been done before. So anyway, that was What Tech this week. Woo!
Well, he didn't win this, guys. Didn't win.
I didn't win this one. I'll take one out of the whole season that I won. That's good. We'll stick with that. That'll do.
Okay, so we're at that part of the show where it's our discussion, and this week we are going to be talking about robotics. There's been a lot of development in robotics over the last 5-10 years, and what we want to know is, what are the future implications of this? Where do we think it's going to go in the next 5, 10, 50, 100 years? How is it going to affect us? Tim, what do you think?
Well, I don't know how far in the future we're looking, but what I'm interested in seeing is von Neumann probes. What's a von Neumann probe? I hear everybody cry. A von Neumann probe is a self-replicating robot. So this is something we could use for moving out into the solar system. So we could send robots out to the asteroid belt where they could literally, gather up the resources that they need to create new versions of themselves. Now, obviously, this is something that crops up in sci-fi stories quite a lot as a runaway problem that gets very horribly out of control. But if it's properly managed, a system like this could allow for building, massive space stations, for spacecraft exploration, all sorts. It would vastly improve our knowledge of the universe, having something like that. So I'd be interested in that.
I've seen Stargate SG-1 and the replicators. No, thanks.
Yeah, it sounds like the Cylons to me in Battlestar Galactica. So that sound good. They'll just come back and realize we weren't very good and destroy us all. But yeah,
they've got to be properly managed.
What, by Windows 11?
Yeah, no, you need Linux for that. You can't trust Windows 11, especially not 24H2.
what's generally going to happen is obviously we're looking at if they can walk right, isn't it? You've got all these robots at the moment. If they can go over terrain, like say, for example, if we wanted to send them up to a different planet to have a look, isn't it, Mars or something, get over terrain, but also in our country, they go and rescue people potentially in trapped terrain like that. And yeah, probably like assistants because they're trying to make them human, isn't it? But a bit like if we go to a sci-fi film like I, Robot, when we all have a robot as an assistant, but we might generally find that people maybe with disabilities that need support or like carers, because we have a shortage in our country of proper carers, isn't it, in care time, that you might end up finding a robot to keep people company in their old age and help them with general tasks like that. I mean, how far down the road that'll take to do, but that's probably where we're aiming towards because we're lazy as humans and we want people to do all the mundane jobs. So that's probably what's going to happen.
Have you seen the robot cats?
Yes.
Robot cats for elderly people's homes so that they can't kill the cat, but the cat also provides them some sort of comfort and support. I think they're lovely. I kind of want one myself.
Honda already have a Android that they've created that will actually runs their restaurant. So you walk in and it'll take you to a table, take your order, bring the order to you, clear the table. And they've had that for quite some time.
Is that sort of like a derivative of the Asimo robot? Or is it something a bit more advanced than that? Because I mean, I haven't heard anything from Honda since Asimo, to be fair.
Yeah, it's something they've had for a while. It's something their users come and visit this. We've got this. It's technically, I suppose, taking somebody's job. Mm-hmm. But it also gave so many other jobs to other people to research, create, build, repair, support, that kind of thing. So you're kind of losing, perhaps in the future, your lower scale, perhaps, or at least definitely the dangerous activities, bomb disposal units, that kind of thing. Even down to like sewer scrapers in London. And so you don't actually have to send somebody in there to actually, push the poop down the pipe. Yeah. They can send them in. They can also send them down broken gas tubes so they can actually fire these little robotic things down there, find out where the break is, and then be more accurate with finding the location of the hole for gas pipes, water mains, that kind of thing. So there's a whole host of things that we kind of sort of have now, but as they evolve, certain skills by humans will no longer be required. I mean, they're even belt feeding on car assembly.
Yeah.
So literally, you've replaced hundreds of people that would normally be tack welding and other bits and pieces like that. These machines are now at great accuracy, 24/7, able to basically construct the car as long as the parts are available, beginning to end. So
yeah,
with great power and all that.
Yeah, this you're kind of leaning to where I was going with this, Damien. So my thoughts were currently, so we've got them in like manufacturing, like you've said, like car production, that kind of thing. They're in healthcare, they assist doctors and things like that. Logistics, look at the Amazon warehouses where they've got robots like stacking the shelves and moving the moving the goods and even sometimes shipping them. In certain countries, you get drones flying to you and what have you. Agriculture, mass agriculture nowadays is done by robots. It's done by satellite videos and images of the farm plots, and the tractors are autonomous, going up and down the fields, planting and reaping, getting the seeds. Space exploration, as Tim said, so that's now. So in the future, I think the way I thought about it is we see all those kind of things as tools, as that's a thing to do a job. It's a piece of machinery that does a specific task very well. But my thoughts is when these two things like AI and robotics come together in an autonomous unit, like your Data from Star Trek or that kind of thing, I'm thinking
Positronic brains.
Well, not necessarily that, Tim, but at what point do we start seeing these things as not just a tool, as in like a screwdriver, but as a thing, as in it's got its own thoughts and things like that? Because I don't think that's very far off with the way AI's ramping up over the last, sort of decade. 50 years time, 100 years time, can you see these two worlds merge where you're actually conversing with one of these robots in an intellectual manner and they're performing tasks? Are we creating the next slaves for our generation or the next generation? Exactly. So I think there's some potentially massive repercussions on this. Humans getting lazier and lazier. And like Damien said, a whole level of people on the planet where jobs have become redundant because robots are more efficient at doing that. What are the political and social ramifications of that? Yes, you've got all these geeks behind that, creating these robots and the AI behind it and all the rest of it. But Joe Bloggs down the road who works in the factory, him and his family is now out of job. So I think it's a very, very interesting subject.
I was going to say, it's interesting because there's also the possibility of moving towards being a post-scarcity civilization. So not only do we not have to worry about resources, things like maybe a von Neumann probe where you can actually gather an awful lot of stuff from space. Admittedly, you have to still make food and that kind of stuff, but you can also free up human beings. Is the other way of looking at it. So yes, we are losing jobs at this point in time to robots, but in the future, it could be the case that we can live a life of intellectual pleasures and just learn and create and do what we want to do rather than having to go through the rigmarole of a boring, mundane daily job.
I totally get that, Tim. And it sounds very utopian, very Star Trek, very right on, but we all know what knobheads live out there. The world's full of idiots. So, you've got to contend with them. So
until you can make money obsolete, you're never going to get that utopian future.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're talking long way off in the future. And chances are the only reason that money will cease to exist is because we do.
And on that cheery note, it's time to end the discussion.
Very much so.
It's your letters. It's your letters. It's your letters. It's your letters.
That's right. It's time for It's Your Letters. And of course, the only person that could introduce such a subject would be the one, the only Damien.
Some say he can download the internet and fit it on a single Blu-ray disc. Others say as a child he lost some Jenga pieces. They were found and named Stonehenge. All we know is he's the Gamesmeister.
Ah, the boys. The fearless hosts, the valiant contenders, the poor, unfortunate souls, about to embark on yet another journey of digital peril. How's your week been, boys? Good, I hope. Let's get straight on to this week's letter. And this week's letter is from a member of rock royalty itself. It goes, Dear Slot It In There, I don't know what deal was struck or what cosmic joke the universe is playing on me, but here I am, Ozzy Osbourne, stranded in Wuhan, China, surrounded by hundreds of fluttering, squeaking little creatures that look disturbingly like my past decisions coming back to haunt me. Let's get one thing straight. This wasn't my idea. Someone, somewhere, with a wicked sense of humour, decided that I should be the world's premier bat conservationist. Me, the guy who once gave the entire species a moment of existential crisis live on stage. And let's not forget, Wuhan's bats have been at the centre of global headlines for years now. I'm not saying I'm here to rewrite history, but the pressure is real. Every day I wake up to a symphony of flapping wings and piercing screeches, like a black metal album playing on repeat. They swarm around me, their beady little eyes staring deep into my soul. I think they know. They must know. But do they seek revenge, or just good old-fashioned mentorship in the ways of rock and roll? I've tried reasoning with people in charge. I've told them I'm a rock god, not a gothic zookeeper. But here I am, stuck in the Batworld, contemplating my legacy as either the metal messiah of winged beasts or a cautionary tale about ironic karma. So, here's the dilemma. Do I lean into it and become the Bat Prophet, leading them to a new era of sonic destruction and leather-clad revolution? Or do I escape under the cover of night, vanishing like a rock and roll legend into the mist, leaving only an empty guitar case and a lingering scent of burning incense? I need answers, mates. No one understands absurd dilemmas better than you. Slot this one in for me. So, what do we think there, boys? Should our friend Ozzy stay in Wuhan, China, looking after his friends the Bats? Or should he disappear into the night and continue on being rock royalty and the metal god he is? The choice, as always, is yours. And this week, it will be all of you playing Micro Machines on the Super Nintendo system. The winner takes all. Gentlemen, start your engines!
So there you go, chaps. It's a tough decision. What do you think?
Well, considering what Ozzy has done and how he's treated some of those flying gerbils, I think he should care for them a little bit more tidy and neatly, give them an occasional massage. He should definitely be supporting the Bats.
Excellent choice. Sean, what do you think?
Well, should I win this challenge this week? I think he should go back to being a rock god. Look at what he's given us. You know, we've got Black Sabbath, we've got Ozfest, we've got the Osbournes, the TV show. He's given us so much. Carry on doing what you're doing.
So we're at a 50-50 split. Chris, what do you think?
I don't enjoy anything he's done. I like Black Sabbath, but the rest of it's just been absolute rubbish for the past 25 years. So he can stay in a cave with some bats. Look after the bats. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you, Chris. I mean, I love bats and I love conservation, but I love to rock more. So I'm going rock god. Well, I suppose we'd better see what happened and find out who actually gets to make the choice here. Let's see how he did. And I am Crazy Cherry. Has that worked out well?
Cool. I'm going to be Wild Emilio. He crazy.
I'm going to be Walter.
He's an excitable chap.
And I'm Dwayne Dibley.
Dwayne Dibley. Okay, so single race.
What
Okay, we've got sports cars. Did everybody get the color?
No.
I think we. Well, I think I'm yellow. I'm yellow. I'm
I'm blue.
Green.
I'm dead.
Ooh. Oh no! Who's red?
Me.
Hate your face.
And the face it rode in on.
No,
Stop
no,
it.
no!
Oh my god.
We need to do something about this. I see a
the
pattern
same
emerging.
Oh.
No, no!
Oh dear.
We all
Oh, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Oh, you red car person.
Oh, only just. You're going off.
Where were you off? No!
Oh, green. Jeez.
Oh dear.
You don't like it when it's done back, do you?
I don't do. I'm just driving fairly. Look at me.
No!
Oh no! Oh, couldn't hold the drift. Oh no!
Oh,
No!
God, sorry.
Okay. Who's back in on this one?
oh.
Beep beep. Oh!
I went through the river.
Oh my God. These control. I can't get used to this joypad.
Oi!
I turned
Close
right when I
it.
should have gone left. Go on, Yellow! Go on!
Oh!
No.
Oh!
No,
No!
no, no.
Right. I think we need to take Chris down a notch. Somebody give him a nudge.
Well,
What the hell?
Oh, I fell off.
Yes. I might have given several people a nudge. Oh no!
Oh, for God's sake.
Do him!
Oh,
Do
no,
him!
got
Yes!
I did him.
You did him good.
Yeah, you ate him.
Oh, yes!
Oh dear.
We can't let Chris win.
Yeah, you can.
Retro
It's the
games
right
is
thing
his
to do.
wheelhouse, and we need to show him who's
Oh,
boss.
yeah,
Oh my
Gone.
goodness!
Oh no! No!
No.
Done. No.
okay.
Oh my God. I'll take him
No.
out and that's how I get repaired. That's
my-
great.
Oh, no.
I've disappeared off the
Oh.
screen again. I was in front. Oh, God damn it.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Whichever one of you wins this one wins it all.
Oh.
It's all to play for. It's all to play for.
Anchor up. Anchor up and go. Like that.
Oh, I've done it again. I've done it
Oh.
every time I do that. No! Hate you, Chris.
Hey, you all beat me up. What can I say?
Ugh.
Could have played the Mega Drive version.
I haven't got enough microphones to drop.
What, did you break the last one or something?
Just what can I say? What can I say? It was a good show, wasn't it? Very entertaining for the public there, and yeah, you're all rubbish.
Sun shines on a dog's ass some days.
It's pathetic, Chris. You're such a sore winner. Just do it in a classy way. You don't have to be so mean to the rest of us.
I wouldn't be mean to you, guy. I jest. You're all rubbish. I jest. It's good. It's good.
Stupid retro games.
But as always, we made a decision, didn't we? And it was the right decision because it was my decision. So just stay with your bats. Look after them. You know, you can't rock out anymore. You're too old.
I agree with you.
Well-
Completely agree.
Good.
I was going to say I may not be happy about Ozzy not continuing to be a rock god, but I'm glad those bats are getting the care and attention that they so richly deserve.
No one ever thinks about the bats.
Why doesn't somebody think about the bats?
And that's the end of the show and the end of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, it was a rip-roaring, exciting ride and you learned lots about games, exciting stuff, all the brilliant tech, and you enjoyed some sensible chats. But, you know, that's what it is. What do people need to do?
Leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps us out.
And if you want to interact with us, ask us a question or a bit of a discourse between us and you, leave a comment down below and let us know.
Click the f***ing bell.
Dang!
And as always, we'd like to leave on a lovely quote to send you off into the ether in a happy, joyful way, as always. And this week, I've picked a special quote to end the season just because you're going to have to spend a long time thinking about this quote. And, you know, I picked it from a computer game this time. I thought I'd go computer game, but not any computer game. I picked a lovely physicist from a computer game, and it's Gordon Freeman from the Half-Life series. And the quote is, oh, God, it gets me every time. It's so emotional. But that's it. And on that blue screen of death, it's time to end the show and the series. And we'll see you again. Bye.
All your base are belong to us.